Ah, Source Hunter. Have you come to lend your blood to our cause? How much simpler all this would be if only it was so. Still, I cannot blame you for struggling against me. What reason have you to trust me that your efforts are misplaced? But now, with Braccus Rex nearly risen, there's little more you can do to hinder me. Perhaps for the better. When we first met on the beaches of Sicile, I underestimated you. That blunder has cost me dearly. Still, after all, you need not know more than this. The end is coming. The end of sorrow. The end of pain. Those who oppose me oppose peace itself. And here I thought you'd seen it yourself. Tell me, what is the imp historian doing, if not begging you to divert the void? So, you're familiar after all. You know as well as I that the void is coming. In fact, if I'm very precise, it's already here. But you need not be afraid. The void is ourselves. We are destined to rejoin it. I have chosen a dark and dangerous path, but I vow that those sacrificed have not suffered in vain. My only wish for all of Rivellon is the soft hush of silence. Braccus Rex was the forefather of our cause, the original Immaculate. His resurrection brings Rivellon one step closer to the ultimate solution: dissolution. Wouldn't you like to meet him? The sorcerer your order was formed to destroy. I'm certain he'd love nothing more than to meet ye. Follow me. Find out.
Magical blows! Silence awaits you! Silence awaits you! On your soul. Ooh!
A switch, much like the first. Could there be more?
What's this? I found something.
Oh, the altar won't budge.
There simply has to be some kind of mechanism that operates it.
Three down, but how many to go?
Wow! Hello there. And who, pray tell, might you be? Oh, let's just say I keep the place in check. Tidy it up. I'm no one important, really. I've learned to appreciate anonymity. And forgive me if I prefer to distance myself from any possible mishaps you adventurers can cause. Quite unpleasant to get involved. Authorities knocking on your door in the middle of the night and so on. Forgive me if I generalise, but some of your lot are as crazy as they come. I once thought you a quaint sort. But over the years, I've come to realise that about 1 in 10 is downright dangerous. Now, I can't help but wonder, are you cut from the same batty cloth?
The mysterious stranger gives you a long look, and, after what feels like a vast eternity...
Okay.
What was that? I heard the sound of scraping in the main hall.
So many folks in dark robes passing through here. I've always wondered if those fancy yellow necklaces they're always flashing are made of cheese.
Strange magic here. How will we deactivate it?
That cultist must have used some kind of key or spell to get through.
The immaculate amulet fits perfectly inside.
Source Hunter. Huh. By the health of the Seven, you're here. There may yet be hope. Perhaps you remember me as a healer. But gods, what a herald of death I've become. I'm beyond redemption now. But you alone may save Sicil, may save all of Riverland from the horror I've summoned. King Braccus Rex from the tales of old. He lives. The mad Source King, the Lord of Chaos. I've done a terrible thing. I've raised a mad king from beyond the grave. I imagined so very foolishly that I'd be able to extract an ancient secret from him. But with a simple flash of his arcane magic, I was finished. I'll tell you all I know, Source Hunter. The last of the mad Source King's eras, the tyrant who nearly condemned Riverland to oblivion. He began the War of Wars, marching brother against friend, until every lad... It was during this dark time that you're all resurrected, revived. The king lives, but not as the man. Braccus was a dangerous monster. I promised to extract the secret for a woman calling herself the Conduit. In exchange, I was given a great stone. The Conduit said it would imbue Braccus with life enough to share the secret she craved. My failures. The ghoul that guards the lighthouse, the Baron of Bones, the twins by fire joined. Their ghastly faces haunt me. Undead, Source Hunter? Curse her name. Her hell-sent promise. She claims to be a link between her goddess and the world of men. I never believed her divine claims. It was she who showed me that what could turn the Conduit. Now the Conduits, you can defeat.
one who comes to watch the spectacle, to see the sovereign of the source ascend again. Or perhaps you are the first in a long new line, the first that will try to stop my dominion. Oh, by the emerald eyes of the goddess, would you believe that I can still feel it ever so vaguely? The force of the stab that cleft my heart and sent my soul. But my followers have done it. They have done it like I knew they would. Blood, the thick red gravy, the source of source, has been yielded unto star-sent stones and has swept away the eternal shadows. How long has it been, I wonder, my first? A fable I may have become as time dragged on, but a fact I am once more, little one. Don't all of you miserable mortals realize that they who are one with source have thrown off the burdens I embraced? Some is amassed. Too many. Scores I slew. Too few. Death took me. Not a thing. There was a woman once that went by that name, until I mangled her body into that of a Lich. Oh, my sister dearest, Cassandra, and her man cat. Mere pets of mine, the both of them. Tools to bruise and break as I saw fit. They bled so very beautiful. No matter. Alas, that there were too many, as there clearly are too many of you still. Yes, look at you. Plump as a leech bug. Stand by.
Please assist me, friends!
The city and the children shall burn. City is here now, but my out. Oh, a fable I made. I am honest. The reason for a war. No matter. Alas, yeah. Stand by.
Into the fray once more.
Let's put the squeeze on.
Behold the power of mages! Spirits of Rivalon, weave shelter.
Assault!
My life is ebbing away.
Magical blows!
Solid as a rock! On the men! I feel better already! I needed that! The seven! Grand abundance! Sigurd's beard! What a find! Ooh!
The king is dead. Long live... Well, not he. He came close though, Braccus Rex. Close to fulfilling his dream. Dormant he would lie until loyal followers that persisted through centuries would restore him to life afresh. As a ghoul, no more was he reborn. Exactly the type of base necromancy I abhor. But now that he is dust at our feet, I can't help but feeling a morsel of pity. The work of ages, the desire beyond death, we undid with a simple stroke of the sword. Yes, well, something along those lines. Life. It is such a precious commodity. So precious indeed that death is dealt in droves to merely postpone it, to make it cross the boundaries set by nature. There is much simple irony to be found in these exploits, but at the heart of it lies an equally simple endeavor, which is to overcome the most primal of fears, the dread that prompts philosophy and religion both. And that is, the fear to overcome death, if it be possible, is to attain victory over the unconquerable. Such a victory, what a... Still, all this talk about immortality hits the raw and ragged nerve of passing time with relentless momentum. Onward, onward!
I need to dry off.
Source Hunter, is it safe? Have you done it? Please tell me that you have sent Braccus Rex to the grave once and for all.
Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah.
Magnificent. Oh, truly wondrous. I feel like a prisoner set free. Free to bask in the daylight once more. I was so fearful. Petrified almost in the knowledge that I might see him again. You see, I knew the Mad King. In fact, I'm a wizard hunter. And that means I've seen many centuries pass me by. They weren't always happy ones, and you may take that as an understatement. I was once under Braccus's thrall, bound to him by perfidious magic. Life was an endless cycle of servitude, torture, and humiliation. Only after the first source hunters skewered him like the pig he was did my nightmare end. As you can imagine, I was afraid beyond all measure that the fiend would enslave us all once more. That I'd be cast back into the rank pit that was my past. But he hasn't, and he never will. Thank you. I will never forget this act of valor. You have foiled one of Leandra's vile designs, that much is certain. But I highly doubt you forestalled her endgame, whatever that may be. It is therefore imperative that we find her sister Ikara. As you've learned from the accursed duo that was Jake and Evelyn, the White Witch is somehow involved. I will vouch for her gentle nature, but alas, I cannot vouch for her current state of mind. Has she been corrupted by her sister, perhaps? Or have they become enemies locked in a murderous game of cat and mouse? There's no way of knowing until you find her. What I do know is that she lives... So you have heard of her? Yes, I knew Cassandra. She was a sweet girl when we met. Hardly a woman yet. The very opposite of her deranged brother, who did not hesitate to butcher her for his own benefit. We were fast friends in those days. Aye, more than friends. Until he took her down to the dungeons and she returned a woman no longer. A twisted Lich had she become, with a twisted mind to match. He remorselessly and relentlessly sought ways to cheat death. Cassandra and he were soul-forged, so he knew that if she would die, he would die. And so he turned her into a Lich. Turned her into a creature neither living nor dead, so that he could break the soul forge without destroying him. Giving the matter no further thought, he rid his sister of her humanity, so as to rid himself of a spell that could threaten him. Such a man was Braccus Rex. Immortal in his mind and immortal to be in effect. As your swords and spells have demonstrated, though, to this world's everlasting contentment, his deranged fancy was not to be. I don't know. When the Source Hunters besieged Braccus's castle, I sought only to escape. I never heard of her again. Yes, I longed for freedom, for release. When I saw my chance, I ran and never looked back. Very well, Hunter.
That's it. Braccus Rex is dead. The way he spoke about our forebears was horrific. I wonder how many Source Hunters had to die before the Source King was deposed.
Even if it was one, it was too many.
A second spent mourning the...
By Parbatha's silver talons must we linger so. And I can tell you if you wish, but you'd have to listen to the tale of my life, because, by all means, if you're in the mood for such a dark tale. Once upon a time, I was a king in a land of beauty to the east. A land of... I was a young king, handsome and all-powerful. Every nobleman would have killed his own brother if I promised to take his daughter's hand in marriage. But I refused their incessant implorations. I knew my life as a sovereign would be self-indulgent, but also a self-delusory one, if I weren't to marry for love. And so a handful of years went by. The king's throne I myself occupied, whereas the queen's throne remained empty but for the court's cats that would nap the afternoons away upon its velvet cushions. But then one day, a young woman visited my kingdom. She was a poetess and a storyteller. People flocked to her, listened to her every word as if receiving mantras from the divines. I invited her to my palace, and soon our days, our nights, our love and our lives intertwined. Hiraka. How I miss her still. Miss the brilliance of her mind that was both as sparkling and as unbreakable as the diamonds that adorned her body. Oh, and how I miss her body. 1,000 artists I could have commanded, show me beauty. But she would have effortlessly surpassed their every endeavor, and curving her lips into a smile make them break their sculptures in tearful impotence. And yet, true happiness, that commodity more precious and even more fleeting than the dominion of kings, sang to us like the nightingale, only to depart come the dawn of our first year's unity. It was an unparalleled horror. Scores of physicians flocked to my bedside. They traveled from realms across the seas hoping to cure the mighty Jahan, undo the gloom that had befallen the land, and mere vultures that they were, to be paid handsomely for their efforts. But none of their potions took effect. Their salves seared, but did not soothe my fading flesh. Like a ghoul I looked, unburied yet risen from the grave. In futile anger I struck my mirror, but broke my brittle fingers only, not its ever-mocking surface. That, Hunter, is a tale for later. I realize I haven't answered your initial question yet. Why it is that I chase time like a lioness its prey. But we'll get to that part later, should time permit. So I shall. That, Hunter, is a tale for later. I realize I haven't answered your initial question yet. More prey...
Ready to advance, ready to defend. What can I do for you, comrade?
Who would have thought it? Jahan, an all-powerful king, stricken by a horrid plague, the memory of which plagues him still.
No wonder. From the sound of it, he was at death's door.
The higher your station, the deeper you may fall. He may live, but clearly Jahan is a king no longer.